You guys, today, come on in the kitchen, because we're getting ready to see what's really going on with this mile high pound cake. Mile high pound cake. Y'all, it's a big one. It's a big one. That's all I can say. Now, you know, last week I did the $1 million pound cake, and I had the question about, you know, are they different? Are they the same? Now, although they have some of the same ingredients and the amounts, they are so different, okay? Like I say, this is a big one. So I looked at several different recipes, and I kind of wanted to, of course, tweak and do my thing. So the majority of the recipes that I saw, a lot of them did that 1/4 cup of lemon juice. And as it pertained to the liquid, that's all it did, okay? So I'm going to do a little something different in that I want to add some sour cream. So let's go through our ingredients that we're going to use for our version of this mile high big old pound cake, okay? We're using 4 cups of the Swans down cake flour. And to that, I've added 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Now, Swans Down comes pre-sifted, but once I add that baking powder, I like to sift it one more time, okay? We also need, so here's my flour and baking powder. Let's see. We also need 4 cups of granulated sugar. We have 4 sticks of unsalted softened butter. And since it's unsalted, I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of salt, okay? And y'all, this cake calls for 10 eggs. Yes, you heard me right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 large eggs. They are also room temperature. Y'all, that's a whole bunch. Would you look at all them eggs? Polar chickens. Bless their heart. There's a whole bunch of them hanging out in there. And then for my flavoring, I'm going to add, I wasn't going to do this at first, but I think I am going to. Although I have 1/4 cup of lemon juice, which is right here and it's room temperature, I'm also going to add a little bit, just a little bit of lemon extract. And then I'm also going to add about 1.5 tablespoons of some pure vanilla. I'm heavy-handed with my extracts, okay? And of course, we're going to add a little bit of my cream bouquet. And I'm going to, I think I'm going to bake this one on 315, only because I want to bake it a little bit slower, okay? A little bit slower. And I almost forgot. I also want to add 1/2 cup of sour cream. It too is room temperature. Y'all, I just feel like I need something else. Now, I know, listen. It'll work. I've seen pictures that it works with just that 1/4 cup of lemon juice, y'all, but I want a little bit of sour cream just to make me feel better, okay? So we're going to add that sour cream. Now, as it pertains to your extracts, you guys do whatever makes you happy. Now, growing up, I can't remember, I really don't remember my mom ever using almond, and I'm sure that's why I don't use a lot of almond. I use it sometimes, but I don't use a lot of it because my mom didn't use it. She mainly used lemon or vanilla. That was it. So most of my cakes, you're going to see me doing some lemon and some vanilla. And nowadays, we had a cream bouquet. I promise you, she probably would have used this back in the day too. All right? So that's what I'm using. But use whatever extracts you like, whatever flavor you like. That's what you use. All right? I want you guys to understand, honey, it's your cake. So whatever you decide to do as it pertains to your extracts, and you guys have to understand, because some people do things differently, I can't say this enough, because they do it different from you, it doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means that it's different, and that's the way they want to do it. Now, if the end result comes out and it ain't right, then it's wrong. But if it comes out and it's right, but it's just different, it has a different flavor than yours, it doesn't mean it's wrong. It's the way that they want it to do it, okay? All right, of course, I've thoroughly washed my hands. Don't be in the kitchen with nasty hands, because that's just nasty. Now this time, I did switch back to my flat beater. I just want to see if I can see a difference. You know, I don't know, but we're going to use my flat beater today. Again, once I start adding my butter, I'm also going to add my extracts at the same time, okay? So let's start getting this cake mixed up. I think that's everything. Oh, let me turn my oven on. So we're setting this at 315. I'm using my 18 cup capacity Nordic Ware pound cake pan. I pray that it accommodates this cake. Okay? All right. I'm starting by adding my 3 sticks of unsalted. Excuse me, not 3. Girl, we doing the mile high today. This big old cake. 4 sticks. I'm not used to using 4 sticks of butter in a cake. So I'm adding my 4 sticks of unsalted softened butter to my mixer. And then to that, I'm going to go on and add my half teaspoon of salt. Okay. And like I mentioned before, I'm going to go in and add my extracts now because I want them to be incorporated at the very beginning of this mixing process. And then that way we have these wonderful extracts getting incorporated throughout the entire time I'm mixing, okay? So this is a little bit, just about a teaspoon of vanilla. I think about a teaspoon of vanilla. My pure vanilla extract. I mean, that was a teaspoon of lemon. My pure vanilla extract, we're going to use about a tablespoon and a half. And then my cream bouquet. We're going to add at least a teaspoon or more. That was probably or more. Okay, so I'm going to mix this up to really get this butter. I want the butter to get kind of creamy by itself. So I'm going to mix it at least about 3 or 4 minutes. And then once that gets creamy, I'm going to slowly start adding my sugar. Okay. And once I get the sugar added, I'm going to come back. We're going to stop and I'm going to come back so you guys can see what I mean when I say it needs to be light, fluffy, creamy. The mixture would actually get like a pale yellow color. If you look at the butter now, you see it's, you know, it's, you can really see the yellow. But once we mix it up, it's going to get, that yellow is going to get a pale color, okay? You cannot rush this process. So once I start adding the sugar, I'm going to mix at least another 6 minutes or so. So this entire process is going to take me about at least 10-12 minutes to do. Now, I will have to stop a couple of times to scrape down my bowl. You will notice that the butter and sugar, some of it will collect along the side of this bowl. You guys scrape that down. You have to make sure that it gets incorporated, okay? So once we get through creaming, then I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about adding all of these eggs and the flour, okay? So 12 minutes later, we have light and fluffy. You see how pale that looks? How light and fluffy it looks? That's exactly what we want. So now it's time to start adding these 10 eggs, one at a time. And when I add the eggs, I mix the egg just enough to kind of, until that yolk disappears. It only takes a few seconds. Okay, so we're going to do that, and then once we add our eggs, we're going to start adding our flour and our sour cream and our lemon juice. So we're going to alternate the dry and the wet. You want to start with the dry ingredients. You always want to start with your flour, and you want to end with your flour. Now, because I don't have much liquid with the sour cream and the lemon juice, I'm going to start with the flour. I'll alternate back and forth, you know, with the sour cream. Then once I run out of that, then we'll be doing the lemon juice. But we're going to end with the flour. So once we run out of the liquid, we'll just keep adding flour, flour, flour until it's all added and incorporated. You do not want to overmix. This process here does not take as long as the creaming of the butter and the sugar and the extracts. Doesn't take long at all. So don't overmix, because if you do, then you can cause your cake to be really heavy. It can fall. So don't overdo it, alright? Like I say, adding those eggs, just add. When you add the egg, just mix it for a few seconds until you see that yolk disappear. And sometimes for me, it's not totally disappeared. I may still see a little bit of yellow, but it's okay to add that next egg. If when you're adding the eggs, if two eggs happen to slip in rather than one, no big deal. Don't panic. It's all good. Okay? All right. You guys, I just had a bright idea. At least I guess it's bright. I don't know that I will be doing a, Valentine's is coming, so I don't know that I'll be doing a Valentine's cake per se, but we're going to add some color to this. We're going to add some red, and that's going to make it like pink and stuff. Because I want to. And we just going to stir it in. be our Valentine cake. Oh my goodness. Just cause I want to. How about that? That might be all y'all get for Valentine's. I'm for real. I ain't playing. That might be all she wrote for Valentine's, honey. Yeah. We're gonna give y'all a little bit of Valentine. Would you be my Valentine? Okay. So that's it. I'm gonna leave that little dark swirl. It might show up, it might not. I don't know. But that's what we're doing. Oh. Now let's get this cake with all these 999,462 eggs in here. Like I say, prayerfully, this 18 cup capacity will, you know what, we might be able to pour a little bit. Let me see. Okay. A little bit. Wait a minute, let me get my since we can pour a tad bit, let me get my, I'll come back and get you in a second. Woo. Y'all know I told you this bowl is heavy. Got a little bit of a pour today. I believe that's going to be about all she wrote. So let's get back to scooping. Ooh. That's all she wrote, y'all. So now we're trying to get her smooth out and as level as possible. Okay. Y'all know that's the best part, right? We're hitting it under the bottom to release air bubbles. And yes, I did lick my finger and eat that cake batter. Sure did. All right. Getting these air bubbles out. Shake, shake, shake. Come on, Nordic Ware, 18 cup capacity. Now, I'm going to need you to do me well today. All right, we're putting in a 315 degree oven. I'm going to set my timer on an hour and a half because that's when I'm going to be ready to check it. And prayerfully, like I said, this 18 cup capacity pan will accommodate. We shall soon see. For those of you that eat better, y'all want some here. Lick that right there. Get it right there before it drip off. Y'all, ooh. That's the best part. All right, now that I've cleaned my mess up, finished my batter, we're going to make the glaze. And since I decided on a whim that this would be kind of like, I guess, a Valentine's Edition unexpected mile high pound cake, y'all, I'm going to get a little fancy. I'm trying to get a little fancy with my glaze. And it needs to be like thick glaze. Okay? Almost icing like thick. Because I have something in my mind I want to try Here I go again with that something in my mind. But you guys, I never use a mixer. I always do my glazes by hand. I'm going to start by doing a little bit of cream bouquet. And you know what? I think that's all I want in the glaze. And you always start off with a little bit of milk, because once you get it in there, you can't get it out. Okay? So I like to add just a little bit in the beginning. And then my glaze will be really thick. And that helps me get it smooth. And then once I get it smooth, and see, like now I can tell it's not enough milk. I need to add some more. But like I say, do it gradually. Because once you get it in there, you can't get it out. And you'll have to add more powdered sugar to compensate. Okie dokie. Okay. So as you can see, this is really thick. It's really thick. But again, that's going to allow me to get it smooth. And then once I get it smooth, we can add more milk. Alright? But I do want it thick this go round. I never measure. So just add you some powdered sugar, however much you think you want. Add your flavoring that you want. If you want any, you don't have to put flavoring in if you don't want it. But if you do, add just a little bit. And then add a little bit of milk. You can always go back and if it's not enough, you can always add more powdered sugar. And then add more milk. Okay? Alright. So this is our glaze, and like I said, for right now, I really want it thick because I think I'm going to try to be a little extra with the glaze on the cake. I know I'm going to color it, so it's like I want different shades of pink. At least that's what I'm thinking. Hopefully by the time the cake comes out, honey, I will have figured it out and decided exactly what we're going to do. So now, we have glaze. And we still have at least another hour and 12 minutes left on the cake. Y'all pray that cake doesn't overflow in my oven. Well, you guys, we baked an hour and 30 minutes. So now we're going to sit here and cool for about 10 minutes before we flip. Alright, it's time to flip. Isn't that pretty? So we will continue to cool. And in the meantime, you guys, I really had not planned on making this a Valentine's Day edition pound cake, if you will. I really hadn't planned to do that. But as I got the mixing and can on, I just wanted to add the food coloring. So what I ended up doing was, I can't wait to cut it, but I also, with my glaze, I had to fix more because I needed more. Again, I have something in my mind that I kind of want to try. So with the glaze, I'm wanting it white, light pink, and then a darker pink. And then something that I want to try to do with some black. I know y'all, look, just stick with me. So I use some of this red gel food coloring, and I put one drop here, And I'm going to mix it up, and this will be my light pink. And then I put 5 drops here, and I wanted to wait to mix it because I wanted you guys to see what I did, okay? And I'll mix it up off camera probably. So this will be my darker pink. And then I need just a little bit of black, and I have some of this, it's called Super Black. It's a gel food color, and it's super black, okay? So I need just a little bit of that. I do want the cake to be pretty much totally cool, because as you all know, when you add that glaze to a hot cake, it's gonna melt off if it's not totally cool, okay? So I need it to totally cool. As usual, I'm not in any hurry. This will be my white part of my glaze. And I did end up, I had added some cream bouquet. I decided I wanted just a little bit of my clear vanilla too. So I went back and added that. So we have cooled enough. It's still like just barely warm, but that's fine. Okay, this is what I see in my mind, okay? And again, I'm being a little extra. I'm going to do the most today, and I hope the most does not disappoint me. But I'm going to be using these disposable decorating bags that I've had for a long time. And I got them from Walmart, okay? So I'm wanting 3 different colors, the lighter pink, the darker pink, and the white. And then do a little something with the black. I do not want to use one of those, the decorating tips. Let me see, the little decorating tips, okay? I have several of the little decorating tips. I don't want to use this. I'm trying to kind of freehand, and then I'll have to be washing all that stuff when I'm done, okay? So the trick is going to be to I'm going to cut the tip off of these bags and then put the glaze, which is pretty thick, down in here. Okay, so I'm hoping I don't cut the tips too big. You know, if you make that hole too big, it's too big. You messed up your bag, girl. Okay, so I'm hoping that's not too big. You guys, I'm really trying to get a rhythm, if you will, and kind of figure out what I'm doing, because I'm not sure exactly what I want to do. So right now I am really just kind of free-flowing. And the only reason I'm doing this is because we trying to make this the Valentine's Day edition cake. Because honey, otherwise I'd be done dripped some glaze on here and called it a day. Well, you guys, I said I didn't know what I was doing. And I really think this looks a hot mess. So let me see if I can go to plan B. Y'all, this is what I do in the kitchen. So I've gotten the majority of the icing off the cake. Because y'all, the cake was fine. It's just the icing looked a hot mess. It's 4 cups of sugar, 4 sticks of butter, 4 cups of flour, and 10 eggs in this cake. Honey, I ain't even gonna waste this cake. So one thing about the glaze, it hardens. Y'all, this is another teachable moment. I declare, I'm so glad I'm not baking for anybody and not trying to sell this cake. But if you guys think that everything is always gonna go as planned, or it's going to turn out like you see in your mind when you're in the kitchen, you got another thought coming. So my thought process now is, I want you to see how terrible this looks. Okay? Look at this. You see how textured it is? Look at that right there. Okay. So how you make the best out of a bad situation? See, this is why I'm going to be icing. I'm trying to ice it with some glaze. Girl, listen. So I've made a little more glaze. I still think I want to kind of do some layers, but we're going to go for marble effect. And hopefully it'll kind of help camouflage some of those imperfections. We gonna see. Okay, so I'm gonna do the glaze in layers because I still want you know, I said the dark pink and then the light pink, or dark pink, light pink, and white. I still want all those colors. Okay, so I'm gonna see how much camouflaging I can kind of do with this this glaze. Oh well, the things I get myself into trying to do the most. Okay, so this is the black. This is the last little thing I wanted to attempt. And we'll see. You guys, I have some of this disco dust. It's called rainbow. It's like iridescent. I want to sprinkle just a little bit on the top of the cake. Just a little bit. Doesn't take much at all. Mile high pound cake. And y'all, this is an unexpected Valentine's edition that has given me a run for my money. Oh my goodness, I decided to go on and add a little heart too. But you guys, hopefully this shows you all, if you just take a deep breath, step back, kind of regroup. You know, for the most part, as long as the cake is fine, you can try your best to fix the rest of it, okay? You guys, before due number 1, aka my husband, gets home, let me say this because I am so serious. When I first put that glaze on that cake, that was terrible. And even when I took it all off, it looked awful. So immediately my mind is racing, trying to figure out, okay, what am I going to do to fix this? And y'all, that's what happens when you're in the kitchen baking and cooking. And you know, I probably don't need to be trying, you know, if I want to do all of that, probably need to use icing, but I don't like icing it. I'm a glaze girl. But as much time as I spent on that, I probably should have pulled out some icing. But I wanted it to kind of run and fall and, you know, all that good stuff. So again, I just want to reiterate, when stuff like this happens, sometimes you have to step away. You got to step back. You need to take your few minutes. You're going to have to regroup and just kind of think about what can you do to rectify the mess without getting rid of the cake. Because again, there was nothing wrong with the cake. The cake was perfectly fine. It's just that all that glaze looked like a kindergartner had put it on the cake. So, and then once I kind of regrouped and made more glaze, my thought process was then adding just a little bit of that food coloring. If I don't mix it up, just add a little bit and kind of maybe do a swirl or two, it will kind of give that marble effect. Try not to get frustrated. Just hang in there. Again, I'm just an at-home baker. I do this for fun. I do this for content. But for those of you ladies and gentlemen who you are actual bakers, and you have a business, and whether it be in a brick and mortar building or you're doing it for your home, from your home, hats off to you guys, because I just But I think we pulled it out the mud. Y'all let me know what you think. Because I know y'all probably looked at that and said, ooh, Miss Donna. Ooh. I wouldn't have put that on YouTube. But I told you I want to show you guys everything. And I'm hoping that in me showing you everything, it helps you when you find yourself in a hot mess like I was. It'll help you kind of think through the process to pull yourself out. That's all it is. We keep it real over here, okay? All right, well, dude number 1 should be here in a little bit, in any moment now, so we'll kind of see what he says.
Look, no, this an accident.
What you mean an accident?
Because I was making a cake, but I wasn't planning on doing all this. And look, this video been long enough, so we can't be in here playing with you all day. Him.
What kind is it?
You remember all them eggs you saw sitting over there yesterday?
I was up to
All them eggs you saw sitting out
Yeah.
last night. All 10 of them in this cake.
What?
It's called the Mile High Pound Cake.
It's time.
I ain't gonna cut it where the love at.
Don't cut my love. Please don't cut my love, though.
I ain't gonna cut your love.
Don't cut my love. Cut by my love, but don't cut my love.
Don't cut your love, cut by your love. I'm trying to see how big I want it, because I'm trying to see the inside good.
Let me see the inside real good. Ooh. Like this right here is something. This right here.
Give me my piece. You can't get on my nerve. Wait a minute, I'm trying to make sure. Look, this better not slide off.
Girl, if this thing slide off, I'm gonna jump in and
You gonna jump in and do what?
and grab it.
Okay, what does it taste like? Does it taste like breakfast? What it tastes like with all the... Can you tell it's got a lot of eggs?
Oh, the crust.
Y'all see the pretty color? Yeah.
That's a dynamite. That crust that's a chewy.
Is it? Let me
God
see.
almighty.
Can I get the corner back?
That's a chewy.
I ain't gonna get the...
Get the corn. Don't you say
I said I need to watch you because you be...
Baby, I ain't gonna talk about you in front of your face. I told you this dude. That's different. That's different.
In a good way?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's good.
It's very good, but it's different. It's very different.
It.
I told you it's
I
different.
might need one more bite.
You can describe it. Use your imagination, Donna. Just use your imagination.
Let Jackson get some cake.
He's a baby.
Hey, just let me get that corner, please. I'm watching your face.
How you can watch it, baby? You could. Why you won't get that piece right
I
there?
don't want that piece. I want this corner. You know, I told you in the last video, I'm going to watch your butt because I see when I be editing, you be making all them faces.
I don't make no faces.
Yes, you do. And you be talking about me.
Why you? Thank you, babe, for just cooking the cake that you cook. Bro. You work so hard.
You fake. You fake. You fake.
Just said that. This is different.
Yeah.
It really is different.
And the crust is a little chewy.
Almost like
That reminds me like a
a
cookie.
cookie.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we think the same. God, we made for each other. We said together a cookie.
It's cookie. Look, I'm tired because this cake done whooped my tail today with this glaze. Baby, I was trying to be all fancy. Knowing I should have been trying to use some icing if I was going to be doing all that. But it turned out so pretty, y'all.
This is something.
And y'all, you can even see the edge. Look at that edge, but you can see it's got that, that look like the little cookie around the edge. Y'all see that?
Well, what did you do to make the crust chewy?
I didn't. I mean, I just sprayed it and baked it. I don't know if all the eggs had something to do with it or... I don't know, but I had to see what all the talk about this mile high pound cake. It has 4 cups of flour, 4 sticks of butter, 4 cups of sugar.
Look, this doggone.
10 eggs.
This crust is what's it right here.
It's good.
I'm telling you, this right here is something.
Okay, y'all, look, because I'm ready to get out of this kitchen because I've been beat up today. Y'all let me know if I pulled it out of the mug. Thank y'all so much for just watching my transparency and all of my, when I be seeing something in my mind, when it work
How
out
in the
good,
world
and then
did
when
you
it don't
get this?
work out good, but then
I mean, this is almost like
bring it back around. And
it's like a cookie crust.
And it
It's
be all right.
Maybe it's the eggs.
Maybe it's the eggs, but it's good. Whatever it is.
Lord, okay.
What's wrong, babe?
This cake beat me up today.
What is that? I'm gonna jump on it. Give me some
No,
more.
because I was trying to be fancy with the glaze, and I'm trying, okay, what am I going to do?
Well,
Because
I'm
you
gonna-
know I be showing
I'm
the
gonna jump on
family
it, babe.
everything.
Just give me another piece. I'm gonna beat it up for you.
But I
Touching my
I
way.
think it turned out really good.
This is.
It did. I'm satisfied. Y'all, let me tell y'all what happened right here. Y'all, I be telling y'all everything. Them little squigglies right there. When I started trying to write, it's like for the life of me, I couldn't figure out how to make the L. So I said, okay, we're going to do one squiggly. We're going to do another squiggly. Girl, make a cursive L. What's the matter with you? Look, y'all, I'm just to go to listen.
I would have made just big stick edges.
No, because I wanted it fancy like that.
Baby,
Yours would have looked like primary. Anywho, listen, y'all. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. I hope y'all don't mind me just showing y'all everything. I know this video was a little bit longer, but I'm teachable moment. I'm trying to show y'all. Look, it happens to
How
me.
did
Y'all
you
talking about
get
your
this
cakes be
fluff
turned
like
out perfect. No, they don't. And when they don't, I'm going to show y'all. Okay?
But this ain't turn out perfect.
I mean, I poured it out of the mug, but that glaze that was on it looked like a kindergartner was playing with some, what you call that, Play-Doh or something. Anywho. Okay, so if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell. And when you do it shakes, that's the shake something. Shake something. Shake something. Shake something. And that's the turn on the nosy too, and you turn on the notification bell. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get to the crust and find out how did you do it. Ooh!
See,
Thank
I
you,
wouldn't
babe.
say I wouldn't be queen. I just wanted to see.
Thank you,
No,
babe. No,
Let's
please.
see.
Please,
So thank you guys so much for watching.
Please. Please. Okay, kiss here.
That's how you do.
Baby, give me your please.
We already look forward to you joining us again.
Don't. Please don't. Do not beat it for my cake.
Do not what?
Don't beat it for my cake. I will beat it.
And he doing better. Don't you be sitting at the breakfast table talking about nobody, and if they doing what they said they was gonna do January 1st. You just be quiet. Thank you guys so much for watching. We already look forward.
Donna doing better don't mean you do better all the time.
I'm the one doing better. We look forward to you. You making me lose my train of thought.
Hit the nosy.
Joining us again next time. Bye.
Shake something. Just shake something.
You
Just
late.
shake something.
You late.
I ain't late.
You late.
I ain't late.
You late.
I ain't late. I ain't late.